Hi guys, it's Alex here with Recombo, and I have in my hand a 32GB Nexus 7. What you might notice is that things like the clock look a little bit different to what we've seen before, and that's because this is actually running Android Jelly Bean 4.2. The update hit this morning on this particular device, so I'm just going to show you some of the new features that seem to be included in the new version of Jelly Bean. Obviously this device itself, the original Nexus 7 launched with Jelly Bean 4.1, it was the first device to do so. So to tie in with the launch of the Nexus 4 and the Nexus 10, we now get 4.2 coming to this tablet too. Fundamentally, the UI has only had some minor tweaks, but they are kind of really handy things. So what you can see there is, as well as the clock, which has been redesigned aesthetically, if I swipe this way, you can now see I actually have lock screen widget. So I have a calendar and a mail application here. And you can you can actually add more. At the moment, there's the only 3 options you have, but you can add more, and most likely as time goes on, you'll be able to access even more. If I just look at it again, Google Now is now accessible from this tiny little pip down the bottom. Whilst the lock screen now you can unlock in any direction, doesn't matter which way. It'll just be able to detect wherever you hit the outer ring when you unlock the tablet. Now we're in the device. First off, you can see there's, as well as a whole set of new wallpapers, there's also a new clock as well, which is just a nicer, more aesthetic, nicer aesthetic to the clock design. And tapping that takes you to a new clock app, so which has a similar design to the lock screen with a bold hour. You can also swipe left for a timer, and swipe this way for a stopwatch as well. So there's some extra functionality there too, which is really quite nice. Another fundamental difference is gesture typing, which is very similar to swipe and the recently announced SwiftKey Flow. So if I just type here, and then if I write hello, for example, there you go. So as you can see, as I'm dragging my fingers, it started to predict the word. If I take that back. Another feature is at the top here. Typically, you used to swipe down to access the notifications bar, which you do. You can now see it's slightly offset, and that's because the settings button has gone. If I bring that back up and swipe on this side, on the right side of the tablet, and bring it down, you can now see you have all of your quick settings here, as well as access to full settings and a user account. Now the reason that there's just one user account now is because this device only has one on it, but if we go to settings and scroll down here, there is now the option for users. Users actually allows you to add an additional user to the tablet, so you can have multiple users on one device with your own apps, your own wallpapers, and that sort of thing. So that's a really quick look at some of the new features that have come to the Nexus 7 version of Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. They'll differ on the Nexus 4, the Samsung Galaxy Nexus, the Nexus 10 as well, and we'll probably look at those another time. But thanks a lot.